Hello and welcome to the Dittonworks YouTube channel, where I've had a very interesting day. At approximately 8:30 this morning I tried to shoot this video and I've just come undone. I don't know how to do this, I don't know the right words. It's been emotional, as Vinnie Jones once said. This video marks roughly the 1 year anniversary of the Dittonworks YouTube channel. I've almost reached 1,000 subscribers, so I've been over the moon with this experience. I've had quite a hi-fi journey over the last year where I've changed components and enjoyed upgrades and suffered with things that didn't work quite so well. Multiple pairs of speakers have been through my hands, some that I've owned for years and years and years, which I've decided to let go after doing the videos. And that's allowed me to document my own hi-fi journey and potentially give you guys some information that might be useful or just some entertainment. So to mark this anniversary, I was given the opportunity to review a pair of speakers that have been on my want list for 25 years. I have had every Celestion speaker of note, Ditton 44s, UL10s, Ditton 66s, all of the SL series, all of the A series, and I've thoroughly enjoyed all of those Celestion loudspeakers because they mean a lot to me. They were made in my hometown. I worked for the company. I've many friends who work there. I've now got friends who I didn't have who used to work there before I worked there. I had a chat with the former technical director, Ed Form, only this morning. An hour I spent on the phone talking to him about the speakers we're going to talk about now. And the speakers we're going to talk about are the legendary Celestion Kingstons. They are the last in the SL series. They're the alpha, the pinnacle, the Mac Daddy of SL series speakers. The SL series started in 1982 with the SL6, which absolutely took the hi-fi world by storm. It was the first of Celestion speakers to use laser interferometry to detect the true pistonic motion of the drive units. That had the revolutionary metal dome copper tweeter, which those speakers were phenomenal. They'd done a beautiful trick of just disappearing. Their imaging was fantastic. Their mid-range was phenomenal. But the story didn't end there. Celestion were able to improve that by putting those drive units into an Aerolam cabinet, British aerospace material, and the SL600s are phenomenal. I love SL600s. Their mid-range capability is outrageously good. If you put something like London Grammar's Hey Now on a pair of SL600s, you'll be in for a treat because her voice is so uncoloured, so clean, so clear. It's an absolute joy to listen to. But Celestion weren't done there. They kept developing and kept evolving that speaker with new technologies, better engineering methods. The aluminium tweeter came on the market, which was much easier to make than the copper one. Being a lighter material, you were able to extract far more detail out of the recording. The SL700 SE came on the market with its figure of 8 braced aluminium cabinet. And then to absolutely finish off the SL series before the A series came along, which are these good old A1s. The SL series was finished off in alpha crystal. And alpha crystal is essentially man-made rock. Now, if you want a really inert, high-mass cabinet, it can't be anything better than rock. However, they were incredibly hard to make. The chap who actually owns these Kingstons, my friend Neil, he was one of the quality control guys, along with my other friend Matt McNulty, who's massive audiophile. It was their job to get these cabinets consistent. And it must have aged them 10 years trying to do that because it was incredibly hard. But the end result can only be described as absolutely phenomenal. The Celestion Kingston has got to be one of the best two-way stand mount speakers I've ever heard. The imaging of these is outrageous. It's like they float in space. They're sitting on their stands, but they're floating in space. The instruments just come gliding out to you. I don't want to use the cliche, I'm hearing things that I never heard before. Everybody says that. I've even said that. But what I will say about the Kingstons is I'm now hearing things I hadn't heard necessarily before, but in different places. So when I'm listening to a recording now, you can really detect where that instrument was in the recording, and it's just unbelievable. They are a true audiophile grade pair of speakers. They are unbelievable to listen to. I knew this was going to put me in a dilemma because I had two trains of thought before I listened to these. One, what if I don't like them? That's a 25-year dream shattered. What if I really love them? I'll never be able to find a pair. We believe that less than 1,000 pairs were ever made. There's possibly only 500 pairs in existence. These are the only factory finished black pair in the world. I mean, that's unique. They are the only factory finished black pair in the world. If there's another black pair out there, they've probably been painted by somebody. These were presented to the marketing department as an option of black, which they actually declined and kept them all white. So these are unique, absolutely unique. I'm really appreciative to Neil for giving me the opportunity to have a listen. I did have to do a little bit of work on one of the tweeters for him, which was a joy to do anyway. I had repaired a pair of Kingstons in 2009, but the owner of them didn't bring the stands with him. For obvious reasons, they're very heavy and cumbersome, and I didn't need the stands to work on them. But when I listened to them, I thought they were good, and I thought, yeah, I would love a pair. However, on their proper stands, like so many other speakers, without their proper stands, you're only really getting 60% of the picture. On these correct stands, it's just unbelievable. The imaging, the sound staging, the level of detail, the placement of instruments, the lack of coloration is phenomenal. They are a tremendous pair of loudspeakers. Now, like I've said, I've been trying to shoot this video since 8:30 this morning, and I've just been dumbfounded with what I should say. Every time I start it, I either mess up or get it wrong, and I think all of this is because I'm just in awe of how unbelievable the Celestion Kingston is. For anybody out there who's got a pair, you're a very lucky individual, because they are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They are, without a doubt, probably the best pair of two-way stand mount speakers I've ever heard. They cater for virtually every style of music, particularly classical music, but you can try something bass heavy and they'll deliver that. They really will. I'm not going to mention any comparisons to other speakers I've got or have heard, because these stand out on their own. They sound utterly unique. They've got some of that Celestion SL heritage, particularly in the mid-range. You can tell they're SLs. The way they image is very reminiscent of an SL, but it's even better. They are ultra high-end speakers. Goodness only knows what they would cost to manufacture now. £10,000. I don't think you'd be disappointed if you bought them at that price. Anyway, guys, that's all I can offer, because I'm absolutely blown away. Take care, guys. I'll speak to you soon.